take it easy. I'll save it for the real one.
Yeah. That's what she said.
What's up, guys? We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will. That's Win. And today we're doing a quick little Mortal Kombat review. Fresh on our minds. It's pretty poopy. Let's just go ahead and say it because this is going to be Quickie. It's poopy. But Win, what are your thoughts? Because I've seen all the other Mortal Kombat movies. I've played most of the games, like from the Xbox 360 on.
I know you're more familiar with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so I want to hear your point of view before I give mine, because
as someone who's just an average reviewer, it was pretty ass.
No, yeah, poopy is what I've been telling people.
It was I'm gonna save it for the full review, but like I thought it was just
subscribe, check that out. Man,
if it wasn't for the 4D experience, like the first time doing that, it would have been really boring.
Oh yeah,
and really annoying.
Yeah, this is so far everything that's come out straight to HBO Max. Like, I'm glad I got to see it like in a theater. Yeah. This one could have stayed at home. But besides the 4D thing, like if you got a 4D theater, you got a little extra cash. It's actually one that I will say utilized the 4D stuff very well compared, because like I went and saw 1917 and like that movie's really slow, and so like nothing happened.
Oh yeah,
in
and
the 4Ds.
This movie like it just does
it's
every
like
second.
Everything. Yeah. It's really cool. So if you got a 4D theater, go see that. But like
that
it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, it was bad overall.
What was bad?
I'm gonna save the primary one, but like one of which was I think the screenplay and the writing was really awful. Yeah. It was just like it just jumped all over the place. Like for example, like when an actor probably should have like been like, okay, let's go. They would add a at the end of it, like, okay, let's go. Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I would agree. Pacing was god awful. Yeah. Like, and it felt so tonally weird because they were trying to get so many of these references in. Yeah,
it felt like a movie that was supposed to be like 3 parts. And
so I think they were definitely trying to go for that universe vibe, because they're hoping this does well and they're going to continue on, which honestly I hope they do. I was thinking on the way home from it, like there's plenty of ways they could actually go that this could be okay. Yeah. Because now they've laid somewhat of the groundwork. But it was pretty bad.
This movie, I could have just like watched it fully at home, like we said.
HBO Max,
yeah. But like I think the whole experience was just really good. I just like the fact that you were shaking and rumbling and like 4D moving.
Yeah, like I think we'll talk about that a little more in the full review. But I want to talk about it just being so story wise. Follows the pretty well, like
lore.
The lore, literally, not to meme, but literally the lore of the Mortal Kombat, because there's not really a set like continuity,
and there's no like I don't think there's no full story, right? Like where it's like fluid. And
no, not really, because even like the most recent games, I think if I remember correctly, included somewhat of time travel. So actually I know that because there's a character that deals with time, but so it's very wishy-washy, and there's been so many variations from the older movies like in the 90s and I think early 2000s to this recent animated one on HBO that I would actually recommend. If you watch that and then watch this, I'd say it's more enjoyable, because I watched it pretty recently. But like it made me smile. I'll give it that. Yeah, the best thing are the references. If you know Mortal Kombat, they are like, it's like stop. Everywhere. It's literally stop, cut. Yeah. Let's make a reference and then continue on, which is awful. Like, but it was still fun. It made me smile.
Even I knew it was a reference, because like after like every finisher, someone would have. Line,
there's always like a line or something, and it's some are even known just through like media, like people know. But like besides just it wasn't brutal enough. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised.
I didn't even think about that till now.
It wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like
worse,
a little bit worse. Like I was like, okay, they're gonna push it because it's still R. Yeah, and like it's Mortal Kombat, but like I've seen the Saw movies, and those are on. I don't know. Maybe like they pushed it in too many places where they had to cut back. Maybe but
it didn't even look like It didn't even look like that much. It's just a lot of blood, and it's
there was only like one like fatality, I'll say, that was kind of like brutal.
Yeah,
And there was one that I'll talk about in the full review that like they completely missed an opportunity for a reference, because if that's what they were going for, that they should have just went for it.
Yeah. So, I think the best part for this, at least, I'm gonna say one positive thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Is some of the humor was fine, because like it was presented.
Definitely. I mean, for me, definitely Kano. I've hated Kano's character in the games. Like, I never like playing as him or just in the stories. But like, the actor did a pretty good job.
I think it was just the fact that like he was like more realistic than anybody, even though like it's still an outlandish movie and they're surrounded by like weird aliens or reptiles or whatever. For him, I think it was more like, dude, I'm in this movie. Why not just fuck it up?
Yeah, so. I mean, like, honestly, like he did Kano. I think they all did the characters justice, but like, oh man, he was it was just funny. He was genuinely funny. I'm looking up who Josh Lawson was. He was an Anchorman. He hasn't been in much else.
Yeah, there's a few actors in this movie that I've recognized before, or I swear I've seen them from somewhere.
Anyone.
Lord something. What's his name? Lord Raiden. Mm-hmm. I think I've seen him in something.
Tad. Oh God, you want to try that one?
Tadanobu Asano.
Yeah, that's Raiden. He's been Battleship. He's been Ragnarok.
Battleship. That's it.
He was both in Thor's. Yeah. So, but I.
Oh yeah, he was in Thor. He was the Asian guy.
Yes.
Yeah, in the whatever.
His name was Hongol or something.
Yeah, like he was
I will say that. Didn't like how Raiden looked. Like,
I didn't either.
Like it didn't feel like he was a god.
Yeah. I think as a just. I'm gonna close it with this.
Yes.
I don't know much about the Mortal Kombat universe, so I'm looking at this from like the outside in.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely didn't feel like it was a Mortal Kombat movie, like in some way. It might have just been like just the characters just not feeling the same.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think it's just the fact that like the story just didn't really feel very Mortal Kombat-y, even though like the whole thing was like champions and tournaments and stuff. But
I'll just to wrap it up, the whole thing about Mortal Kombat is there's a tournament. There really wasn't an actual tournament, and that's like what I went in expecting, and like just wasn't really there. Like there was no tournament happening, and it's just, eventually it kind of does, but even that felt rushed. Like I remember checking my phone like for the time, and I was like, oh gosh, like we haven't really had any fights, and we're like an hour 10, hour 20 in.
Yeah, I think the very like almost at the middle of the third act, that's when Mortal Kombat was Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Everything else was just kind of like...
It was, again, laying the groundwork. So if this does well enough and they can make another one, I think if they do it right, like it'll be good. I won't say good. It'll be better.
Yeah, I hope.
I will say, last thing before we get to our bigger review, make sure to check that out later this week. And
next week, Monday.
Yeah. The older Mortal Kombats are not better movies. They're better Mortal Kombat movies, though. I'll say that. Like they're more fun. They're
fair.
They're like they're so bad they're good is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, and this was just like on the verge of being awful.
I'm
not gonna say it was awful, but we'll give a full rating in our full review.
Yeah.
So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We will have the full review later this week. Just getting that one out here, get them clicky clicks, you know. So we've been the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
Why am I hungry?
Dude, I don't, my stomach hurts.
Really?
I just ate that.
Fair.
I just need to keep eating because you told me. But anyways, thank y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I already said that. We love movies.
All that YouTube stuff.
We love y'all. Tagline.
We love shows now.
And shows, because, you know, subscribe. Falcon Winter Soldier finale coming out soon, too.
Next up is What If series. And then Loki.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, do we have a date?
Is it Loki or What If?
I don't know. I don't know if they have a date for What If.
I don't think so.
I would have thought
they just started signing people up. Like some
yeah.
of them.
Well, have you seen? Oh, let me wrap it. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
Bye. Have a great time.